I have in my hand here a 1.1mm BNC pin. Now the reason we describe it as 1.1mm is that the internal diameter on it here is 1.1mm. Now it comes in bags of 100, which you can see here, and it's one part of a crimp-on BNC connector, which you can see here. So you have the collar, the outer casing, and you have the actual pin itself. Now the pin will be crimped directly onto the core wire, and the wire that's most commonly used, almost used exclusively within the CCTV industry, would be RG59, which you can see here. Now the core wire here is 0.65, but we'll say, and it wouldn't make it an ideal candidate normally, because if we came along and we tried to push this on and crimp it on, it won't crimp on properly normally. So one of the difficulties we have then is that we want to have a good electrical connection. So when would we use a 1.1mm? Well, in two situations. First of all, not all RG59 cables stick to the 0.65mm standard. Some are larger, maybe something like 0.8mm, and in such a situation, the standard 0.7mm a pin that is normally used just won't do, so we'd have to use this larger pin. And then in other situations where we actually come along and say, and instead of using RG59, you're using RG6, which is a wire that's standard within the television and TV aerial industry. It has an internal diameter of 0.9, or external diameter of 0.95 to 1mm. And it's actually quite ideal. If we push this into this pin here, it'll crimp on and hold on quite well. So what pin would we normally use then? Well, by far and away the most common one that we'd use in the CCTV industry is actually a pin that has an internal diameter of 0.7mm, which you can see here, and it suits all of the RG59 cable that we sell in terms of ones with 0.65mm. It slides on and it crimps on extremely well. So this is the one that virtually everybody buys, but we just still stock this 1.1mm simply because if somebody needs it, they're short pins, things like this, they're using thick RG6 cable, or if you're using RG59, it just works out ideal. So that's it anyway, an overview of the 1.1mm BNC pin.